And today, I present to you the Idea Fountain. Now you may ask, what is the Idea Fountain? Well, it's a fountain that spews ideas. And then you may ask, well, how was it made? The idea behind the Idea Fountain is simple. I wanted a fountain that spewed paper as if it were ideas. But I quickly realized that if I wanted to have paper spewing from the top of a fountain, I would need a dispenser. I think it's a dispenser anyway. Yeah, I would need a dispenser on top to throw it out. The problem is, there's no way that I know of to get a redstone signal from under there to up there, unless I decided to use redstone blocks, but still, that wouldn't exactly work. So we came to the first thought. I could do a dry fountain. Just like put a slab on the bottom, like so, fill it with water, like that, and just have a dispenser here, and have the paper spewing like that. But that's not really a spectacle like the one you see over there. It's just a little pool of water. Now I had started with only this little 3x3 or 4x4 little circle square, and realized that that might be a wee bit small. So I expanded it. As you can see, it has 3 with that little bit in between. Now if we go back over here, you can see it's a lot smaller. Now what I was wanting to do with the paper or the ideas for the Idea Fountain, after I realized I couldn't have them coming from the top, was maybe have them come from the sides instead. So I tried to figure out how to do that. I put dispensers on each side, and I had hoppers picking them up. The problem was, with the water on top, they just kind of floated up and then back down. And it wasn't really that interesting. It was just paper in water. So yeah, I had added the arrows, but I still couldn't figure out how to get the paper, which was the main thing for the Idea Fountain. It's to put an idea on the paper, throw it in the fountain, and if you need an idea, just walk up, pick one up, get the idea, and put another one in later on. But also it just looks cool. Believe it or not, getting paper to fly is pretty difficult. And no, I couldn't just fold it into a paper airplane. What I ended up doing, as you can maybe guess, is I used a bubble column. I put soul sand on the bottom, and now it comes flinging and flying out. And here is where a new problem arose. You put the paper in, and it flies up and out. And there was no way to collect it. Now I just ended up linking up a system of hoppers, but there was another problem that I had noticed. If I destroy this block right here, the paper would come flying out, which means everything needed to be in almost a tube for the paper to properly come up and out like I wanted. Now another thing I noticed, let's say we put this here, and we're going to want a stream of water flowing in. Oh, that's going to destroy the redstone, but you can see now, the redstone's fine. Now, instead of just going straight up, it's getting pushed a little further out. Now, because paper is lower over there, it gets pushed out further because of the water looking like this. So instead of just having to catch it right next to and right around it, you have to catch it further out onto the ground. And that's kind of a quick rundown of what I did to make the Idea Fountain. Now, for the redstone. Starting with the first thing I made, we come down into the quite loud little redstone area for the tipped arrows. Now all I did was a simple redstone repeating chain, which I had to look up a tutorial for because I didn't know how to do something like this. Now they're not in sync, but it still looks good otherwise, in sync or not. So that's kind of what I have for the redstone down here. And I'll simply come up and show you kind of how to do this repeating redstone. So you take your two repeaters and place them on either side of each other. You pull them out to the second to last or last, the furthest like repeat distance, and then if I can find it, and then you add a redstone torch and boom, it'll be flashing and flickering, and then you can leave this chain wherever you want to. The same technique I used for the dispensers. So if we go into spectator mode and go down into the redstone down here, you can see that I used the same system and just kind of looped it around all the dispensers. And you can see that there's 6 hoppers connecting down and putting everything back into the dispenser where the paper will be dispensed. And if you come back up to the surface and we destroy this carpet, you can see the hopper on here and where the slab is. So that's where the hoppers are kind of hiding. And you can see the system's not perfect. As you can see, there's papers getting picked up there, which I honestly don't know why it's happening and really how to fix that without making it look kind of bad. But that's it for the idea fountain. This was the first redstone build that I've ever actually made. So if you liked it, be sure to leave a like and comment if you want to see more of this building with redstone. So a little while back, I made this fountain right here. And I called it the idea fountain because it had paper spewing out to give you ideas. But as you can see, it's a little loud and it's a little janky, and multiple times I found that the paper breaks. Now, if we go from there, I figured out a better design for this fountain. The first being with the arrows. I found that the arrows travel 12 blocks up. So I dug 12 blocks down and placed the piston and the slime block like so, 12 blocks down, so that when it bounces, the arrows don't go flying up in the air. And it turned out like this. Instead of having the arrows flying super high up, they're flying a little lower to make it just look like a small little ripple. There's also, in this design, there is lights. So that means if we go to time set midnight, this fountain is still lit up, which makes it look really nice. And it looks very nice. I used some cyan glass so that the water wouldn't go into the redstone beneath. And below, this is what it looks like. Now I continued the deep slate down so that when you're looking up from above, while it's not necessarily needed, it just looks cleaner. And I have that same little redstone repeater, and I have the arrows going down, and I somehow managed to get them all in sync, and you can see it just looks so silly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like, and if you'd like to let me know in the Yay. Well, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and comment what you'd like to see next. And I have a small challenge for some of you. If you want, try to make a better fountain design. And if you have YouTube, be
be sure to post it on YouTube and tag me in it so I can see. I wonder if this has been done already. Not sure. Bye.